Brainly sight present. Could anger have a positive impact on your relationships? Our relationships elicit a spectrum of emotions, encompassing both positive and negative feelings. Undoubtedly, sharing and expressing positive emotions can strengthen our connections. But what about negative emotions, such as anger? In a recent study featured in the journal Personality and Individual Differences, Helena Karppinen and her team delved into the roles of three hostile emotions: anger, contempt, and disgust in friendships and romantic relationships. When a friend or romantic partner does something that irks or hurts us, it can trigger hostile emotions. However, the specific hostile emotion we experience hinges on our interpretation of the situation. Anger tends to surface when we believe someone has intentionally harmed us or treated us unfairly. Disgust emerges from feelings of contamination or concerns about purity. Contempt arises when we perceive someone as incompetent or undeserving of respect. Hostile emotions wield significant influence in our close relationships. Somewhat surprisingly, anger can actually be constructive in long-term romantic relationships. Some researchers speculate that expressing anger towards a partner is a means of prompting them to amend their behavior and mend the relationship. For instance, a woman might sternly reprimand her partner for forgetting an anniversary, hoping this will make him less likely to forget in the future. Nevertheless, certain hostile emotions can be detrimental. Studies on how married couples interact during conflicts reveal that individuals who express disgust and contempt toward their partners are more likely to experience lower marital satisfaction and divorce. In their recent research, Karppinen and her team conducted 2 studies where participants were asked to envision a scenario in which a relationship partner had committed an offense that triggered feelings of disgust, contempt, or anger. Participants assessed how intensely they would experience each of these emotions. They also rated their likelihood of engaging in 3 specific types of responses to the wrongdoing: aggressive behavior, avoidance behavior, or reparative behavior. The researchers also explored whether the context of the relationship mattered, with the first study focusing on romantic relationships and the second on friendships. The researchers discovered that distinct hostile emotions correlated with different behavioral reactions. When participants imagined their romantic partner committing a wrong, the more hostile emotions they felt, anger, disgust, and contempt, the more likely they were to engage in aggressive behaviors such as criticizing or confronting their partner with their negative feelings. However, when the wrongdoing involved a friend, only feelings of disgust were linked to more aggressive responses. This was somewhat unexpected, as anger typically leads to confrontation, whereas disgust is often associated with avoidance. As anticipated, disgust was also connected to the inclination to avoid the transgressor in both romantic and friendship contexts. Anger also correlated with taking reparative action in both types of relationships. In other words, the angrier people felt, the more inclined they were to express a desire to make amends. These studies illuminate how hostile emotions can, at times, be beneficial for relationships. Specifically, anger can lead to constructive actions. In both friendship and romantic contexts, heightened anger corresponded to a greater willingness to reconcile and repair the relationship. Additionally, in romantic settings, anger was linked to criticizing the partner. Although criticism may be uncomfortable, it can potentially be constructive if it motivates the other person to make positive changes. Conversely, disgust was generally detrimental, as it prompted a desire to distance oneself from the offending party. This can lead to emotional distance in the relationship, reducing opportunities for partners to make amends, forgive, or encourage more positive behaviors in the future. Don't forget to support Brainly Sight. Thanks for watching.